Who's really pulling the strings in US politics? Is it the voters, or is it a small group of ultra-wealthy individuals and families shaping the future of our democracy behind the scenes? Welcome back to Politics of Deception, the channel where we peel back the curtain on who's really calling the shots in America. Today, we're diving into a question that's as controversial as it is urgent. Are billionaires the true power behind the throne, no matter who's in the White House? Let's take a closer look at the billionaires, the big money, and the hidden hands that may be steering America's political destiny. In recent years, the influence of billionaires on American politics has reached unprecedented levels. During the 2024 election alone, just 100 billionaire families poured a staggering $2.6 billion into federal races, accounting for $1 out of every $6 spent by all candidates, parties, and committees. That's more than double the amount spent in 2020, and a 160-fold increase since the Supreme Court's Citizens United decision in 2010 opened the door to unlimited campaign donations. Some of the biggest names, Elon Musk, Michael Bloomberg, and others, aren't shy about their spending. Musk alone contributed over $278 million to Republican candidates in 2024, most of it backing Donald Trump's return to the White House. For these billionaires, the money spent on politics is just a tiny fraction of their total wealth. But it's not just about campaign donations. Many wealthy individuals engage in what's called stealth politics, using covert lobbying, private meetings, and strategic donations to influence policy without attracting public attention. Research shows that U.S. government policy is disproportionately shaped by the preferences of the wealthy, often at odds with what the majority of citizens want. Super PACs, which can raise unlimited funds, have become the primary vehicle for billionaire influence. Despite supposed rules against coordination with campaigns, in practice, the interests of these mega donors and candidates often align closely. Let's rewind to the Trump years. Trump's 2017 tax cuts? They were a billionaire's dream come true. Heavy hitters like Charles Koch, Sheldon Adelson, and Robert Mercer didn't just cheer from the sidelines. They bankrolled campaigns, super PACs, and lobbying groups that pushed for these policies. Adelson alone dropped over $200 million on GOP causes in 2020. Mercer funded Trump's data operations in right-wing media. Deregulation in energy, finance, and real estate? All got a helping hand after a little encouragement from billionaire donors. And the Koch network spent big to stack the courts with conservative judges, shaping the law for decades. Fast forward to the Biden era. You might think the billionaire gravy train would slow down, but it didn't. The richest Americans gained over $1.5 trillion during Biden's term, thanks to a surging stock market and sky-high asset prices. While most billionaire cash in 2024 went to Republicans, Biden had his own squad of mega donors, Michael Bloomberg, Reid Hoffman, George Soros, and more. Biden talked tough about taxing the rich and closing loopholes, but billionaire-backed lobbyists and business groups slammed on the brakes. Most of those reforms? Dead on arrival in Congress. Both parties kept raking in Super PAC money from tech, Wall Street, and beyond. So, how do these billionaires actually shape democracy? They fund campaigns and super PACs, deciding which candidates even stand a chance. They bankroll think tanks and media outlets, shaping what you see, hear, and believe. They get private access to lawmakers, sometimes writing the laws themselves. And research shows, time and again, that government policy lines up with what the wealthy want, not what the average citizen needs. But here's the billion-dollar question. Are these the same billionaires, no matter who's in charge? Some, like Charles Koch, hedge their bets. Some, like Elon Musk, flip sides when it suits them. But most stick to their party and their interests. So, what does it all mean? Billionaires have been pulling the strings under both Trump and Biden. The faces may change, but the influence stays the same, and so do the questions about whether democracy is really working for the people, or just the ultra-rich. Critics argue that this flood of billionaire money is drowning out the voices of ordinary citizens, turning elections into contests of wealth rather than ideas. The rise of wolfification in politics raises tough questions. Are we witnessing a shift where money, not votes, determines policy and leadership? Is America becoming an oligarchy, where a handful of ultra-rich individuals set the national agenda? Calls for reform are growing louder: stricter campaign finance laws, wealth caps, and greater transparency. But with so much power and profit at stake, change won't come easily. Outro. Call to action. So, who do you think is really pulling the strings in US politics? Does billionaire money help or hurt democracy? Are we living in an oligarchy, or is this just how politics works in the 21st century? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the politics of deception, and share this video with anyone who still believes their vote is the only thing that matters. Until next time, keep questioning, and keep watching.